good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. It's a lovely afternoon here again in Ireland. This has been surprising for us here in Ireland, where we've had 2 weeks of the sun, 2 weeks of the lovely weather, and everything is great. Kids are playing outside. The birds nowhere to be seen. They're usually out during winter, which is weird here in Ireland. But look, good afternoon to you, Charlie. How are you doing? I see you already in the chat, man. As always. Always the first in the chat. Appreciate that. All the people watching on Twitter, how you doing, man? Hope you guys have digested all that Madrid crying. You're done. Your tissues, everything, and everything is fine.
Tissue.
Um, so let me just address this because it's been an issue on Twitter. Why does Patrick love Jurgen Klopp? Yeah, I love the guy because I just look at him as a good character. He just looks like he's a good character to me, and for me. I don't like Liverpool. Don't get excited, Liverpool fans. I hate you guys, and I hate you, your team, and I also hate Man United fans, and I hate Man United. So it's not that deep. Don't take it that deep. It's just football. But anyway, I just like the comment he made saying, "Of course I was going to stay. When your wife asks you to stay, you have to stay." That's what I said. Oh, this guy's a lovable guy. So let's move on from that anyway,
Oh,
Charlie.
I do want to address that comment real quick. So
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
just
But
to be
remember,
clear,
it's not that deep. Don't
no,
take it that deep,
it's not
please.
deep. Let me listen. Patrick and I are mates and are friends, right? So the debate you see online is what, and that's who we are. This is what makes the channel more exciting because we have two different views of the world, and we don't see eye to eye, but we get things done. I don't like Jurgen Klopp. I think he's a fraud. I think his character is a fraud because I think that when you're losing, when things are really bad, that's when the true character comes out. Not when you're winning, where you begin to smile with the whole crowd. Last year, when they were really terrible in the league, what did he do? He said UEFA should ban City, that the money came from X, money came from Y, that we should be out of the Champions League. Didn't he say that with Mourinho that year that we were being accused? How can I now respect a man who does that? For me, I don't respect him. I respect his work, but I don't respect the man. His work, fine, I agree, he's done a great job. But the man himself is a pretentious man who is snide, who is shifty, and that's not his true character. I respect Eddie Howe because Eddie Howe will always be gracious. When was the last time Klopp lost a game and I said the other team were better? Or congrats to the other team. When was the last time? You hear that from Eddie Howe. We hear that from Guardiola. We hear that from Conte. We hear that from Sir Alex many, many times. Arsene Wenger, we heard that. Even Mourinho said, but this guy in a lie. It's all about me. It's all about him. That's why you stand there at the halfway line. Look at other teams prepare warming up. I think I want kind of a statue. Why? I mean, make a hear what I beg.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, so cool. No, I'm in Dublin. I'm in Dublin. Big Morgan, I'm in Dublin. Charlie is laughing. It's a funny old game. Klopp is a clown, a true clown, and Klopp always complains about fixtures. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Anyway, let's move away from Klopp. Let's get to serious business here. Let's get to the game between Leeds United and Man City. Before I start off asking the panel, please, guys, in the comments, make sure you ask the panel any questions you have that don't involve Klopp, that involve Leeds United versus Man City. So Leeds United now have a new coach. He's American, and he's been doing well. He's tried to fix the defense. Yes, they are not playing that great, but they're better. There seems to be a structure. No offense to Bielsa, whatever his name was. He seemed like he just wanted to attack, no defense. So I think players were tired. I know he's a great manager, but players I think got tired of overtraining. I don't know if you heard the rumors out of Leeds United. Players were being overtrained. Players were being played a lot. There was a lot of injuries. There was no management, no recovery time. So look, they have moved on from that, but that's business, has to do with themselves. So let's just talk about this, guys. Looking at these all changes that have happened in Leeds United, I don't know if you've been watching them. I have. Phillips is back. How do you think we should approach this game? Is it going to be the same as the game we played at the Etihad? I'll start with you, Veta, then we'll go to Kyle.
Yeah, I don't think our approach changes versus Leeds. I think what's very important right now is consistency, and we've got to play matches that'll match the intensity and the quality for every game. There's 5 games remaining in the league, and it's important for us to win this EPL. So I don't see Pep doing much different versus them, even with regards to personnel. I think the players that play on the weekend would strongly also play in the Champions League. They may not play the entire game, but I wouldn't be surprised to see many of the starters in the Leeds match to also be starters in the Leeds. In the Leeds match to also be starters in the Real Madrid match.
What about yourself, Carl?
I think it all depends on what's happening on Wednesday, frankly. Wednesday being the Real Madrid second leg, right? That's gonna, for me, dictate. Well, it depends, right? I mean, these guys are used to playing three games a week. They're used to playing it. This year, actually played less games than they played last year, so they should be able to handle 3 games in a week. Madrid have 1 game in the weekend, 1 point, and they win the league, so they may rest some players. So it all depends on that. However, Jesse Marsch, I've watched him I know he's American, right? So we kind of follow him at RB Leipzig, follow him at Salzburg. Now he's at Leeds United. I think what he brings is more stability, more organized pressing to win the ball. He's made them more defensively stable. I think I think for the first time they did concede a goal against Palace in the last game, and they offer the threat going forward. Can they keep us out over 90 minutes? I don't think so. I think there's still those things in them that wants to attack. Can they score go against us? They can. So I think we'll win it, but I think it'll be probably not comfortable, a good win. Not comfortable, but a good win for us overall.
I can't remember this, but how long has the new manager been there? Like, how many games in?
He's been there since about we're now in April now?
Should we say, is it 4 to 5 games? 5 games?
Okay.
I think so.
Because earlier in the year, I did look at this fixture and think, here's where we're probably going to edge a little closer with regards to the goal differential. No disrespect to Leeds, but in the past, they've given up many goals. And in all fairness, I believe that's how Liverpool actually increased their goal differential, was versus one of these matches against Leeds.
Right.
So I was looking at that as an opportunity, but to tell you the truth, I don't care about the goal differential now. I just want us to win every game. So, and I know I'm going to sound like a broken record again, but if we do what we do, score early, and even just win that match 2-0, I'm happy. I'm moving on, and that's good.
Yeah. I mean, to Vader's point, that's what we just have to do. So the question now becomes, who do we play in the first 11? I guess we'll get to that, Patrick. But he's made them more defensively solid, to be fair with him. He's made them better. They don't concede as many goals as they used to concede. They don't run like they used to run before, where they just kind of open up and run over. They don't do that. They're more cautious now. They play more on the transition than in a more planned way than they used to do before. The question will be for me is energy levels. What's our energy level? What's their energy level? They've had 1 extra day to rest. Would that change anything? I don't think so. And then the crowd gets into it. So it all depends on all that.
Our match is actually a 12:30 match. We're the last match of the day.
Correct.
So,
correct. Which is healthy for us. Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm happy with. Sorry, Patrick. Looked like you were going to say something.
No. I was busy setting up the formation. I'm just going to read this anyway. Morgan says he's in Belfast. Oh, that's close to us. That's Northern Ireland. Unfortunately, it belongs to England, but it's still Northern Ireland. Should be straightforward game for City. That's what Tapiwa is saying. Tapiwa, are you from Malawi? That's a Malawian name, Tapiwa. I think the games that may trip you up would be one of the likes of Newcastle, Wolves, and West Ham. Yeah, Wolves, I was scared of them. Then I saw them play the other day. I think they were playing against Newcastle, another team, but they were beaten easily. West Ham, we might be lucky because West Ham is going to be playing the fixture, the semi-final.
I think for West Ham, I think we all have to pray and hope and you urge West Ham to beat Frankfurt to get to the final, because I believe the final is 2 or 3 days before their the final of the Europa League. If that's the case, then that's going to be their focus, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to waste time playing City 2 games for the end when they have They have a European final at the end of the season that can get them into the Champions League next year. I think he just basically goes. So that's why all of us have to wish West Ham well and pray that they do well, because their mind's going to be focused on that.
Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah. So I say this guy's an insightful coach, and yes, he's insightful in his interviews, but sometimes you can be talking too much on TV.
Yeah,
Perform.
Like Ralph Ragnick that talks a lot, right? I mean, guy just talks, So this whole thing about Wolves, I just want to make sure people are clear, okay? Adama is no longer there, okay? Adama was the one that caused us all the problems in all the games that we played against him. He ain't there anymore. He's in Barcelona. He's gone. I think 90% of Adama's goals come against us in the past 2 years. Some crazy stat, like 80% or something like that come against us. At Wolves, at the Etihad, it's just him. He was one I would run through and break through. So I'm not worried about Wolves away. I really am not. If our boys are serious, I think we should win the next 5 games, in my opinion. If we're really serious.
Yeah, let me just answer Charlie. Charlie, the reason why Veta said 12:30, it's because he's in Canada. He's not in England, so that's the time difference. So you're saying that. But thanks, it's for the half 5 game. Maybe I'll make it. I'm gonna be working in the morning on Saturday. So look, guys, let's talk about, obviously the press is tomorrow, but most of us are busy tomorrow, so we might not be there. But hopefully one of you guys does the lineup show. Maybe Veta will do the lineup show for the first time ever. You never know. Let me see. Close, almost from Zimbabwe, but same tribe. Yeah, we are the same tribe, man. How are you doing, Tapiwa, man? Nice to have another South African here, man. Respect. So, guys, obviously we're just looking at the people who are injured right now. I have been seeing a lot of videos of Walker. I was saying this off camera, walking, jogging. I saw one of him jogging around his own house. I don't know how they get those videos. Some of these press are too stocky, but he seems like he's walking. I know that you can be walking, jogging, but you cannot be fit enough to play. I know this is the Leeds United game. Do you think we're going to see him on the bench on this? Or maybe you feel that those rumors that were going around saying he might be out for the whole season might be true? Because I see the man is walking. The man is walking with his dog. The man is in pictures.
So I listened to one of the podcasts that I really enjoy. Shout out to 9320 podcast, Ehsan Naeem, Howard Hawking, all those guys. They're good guys. They know what they're talking about. And in the show that they did today, they talked about the fact that Walker is nearly there, but he's not there yet. He's almost there in terms of his fitness. They didn't want to risk him against Madrid in the first leg. They thought it was a risk that they could take and still win the game. So they wanted to rest him. I'm assuming they're probably going to rest him again on Saturday. May bring him for the last 20 minutes or 30 minutes, give him a run out in preparation for the Madrid game. But it won't surprise me. Walker's the kind of person who can come in and get flying. The pace is there.
Yeah, so, it's been said before by Pep, isn't it? Let me just read this. So before the Europeans drew the borders, we were the same country. Let's be honest. Turfmore, man, how you doing? I hope this is gonna piss off a lot of people, but Turfmore, I hope Burnley stays because you guys are playing better now. You're playing better.
I agree. You're not pissing me off. I hope Burnley stays up. See, for me, and Vader come to you next, right? For me, I like the fact that you got Michael Jackson, beat it, right? Now leading the team as a manager. You got Ben Mee, the former captain the captain of Burnley, who was from Academy, working with him to play a different style, to play up in the front foot and try to win games. I like that kind of risk. I like what they've done. Progressive.
Excuse me. You said Michael Jackson beat it. Who was that?
Yeah, so the coach is called Michael Jackson. He was the under-23 coach for Burnley.
I was wondering.
Right?
I was like,
right. So
I was like, what's going on here? Have you lost me? His
name is Michael Jackson. He's now the manager for Burnley. He was on a 23 coach manager, right? With him is Ben Mee, who's a captain for Burnley. Together, they're trying to get them out of relegation. And I hope they make it because I like what they're doing, Vader. I just enjoy what they're doing.
I don't hold. I mean, like what Patrick's saying. I know some people are going to be mad. I mean, some people hold it against obviously the past aggressions that Burnley and things tied to whether it's BLM or that type of movement. So that's why they're ready for them to go. They joke and call Burnley Brexit FC, right? So I mean that's the whole jokes along those lines. But all in all, to your point, Carl, they are playing better football. I like the fight that they're showing with regards to wanting to stay up. And to tell you the truth, if whether they do or don't, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. And obviously, having done the show with homie earlier, it was nice to meet him and great to see for his team to remain up.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
Charlie. They've already won the trophy, but they're just playing tomorrow evening and lift the trophy. Of course, I think they won it already. Yeah. Well done to them and the under 18s, man. The teams are doing good. I like what Carl did. They beat it, Michael Jackson. Yeah, I get it now. So guys, so Walker might not be back in this one. Maybe he'll be back in the Madrid game. I hope he is. Cancelo will be back in this one, obviously. So we're gonna go straight to the lineup. I don't want to take so much time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we don't have much to talk about. Phillips is back, which is a strength for them. I like Leeds United and I like their players. Harrison, I always liked him, very talented player. So let's just read this from Trevor. It says, hope you beat Leeds big time. If so, we win against Watford, we go up. Oh, Trevor, I understand why you're saying come on City. It's because we have to. No, Trevor he's one of my friends. He's a good soul here. Let me just read what it says. Burnley are taking a risk by signing Sean Dyche.
Is this our friend that we did a show with?
Yeah, it's him. Yeah.
Oh, right. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
We had a really good discussion with him. I really enjoyed that. That was good.
Yeah, we'll get also the update on Stones. I think Stones is fine. It's just that I think between Stones and Walker, okay, this is bad to say. This is just bad to say. Sometimes there's in business. I said this before, and somebody got pissed off one day when I was at work. I was like, I would rather disappoint this amount of people than disappoint a whole group, a whole school. So in business, I know that Pep looked at it and said, would I risk Walker in this one or risk him in the next one? You never know. So I think he was like, you know what, John Stones, I would, because I've got how many? 3 center backs more here. I've got Ake, I've got Diaz, I've got Laporte. Why Walker? You risk him. You only have Cancelo, but you would rather have Cancelo and Walker is very powerful in that team. So I think it was a choice of who. I'm not trying to say that they went to Stones and said, it's you we're risking, but I'm pretty sure that was the idea in the back of their head, that would rather risk a center back than risk another fullback because we're short. I don't know if I'm wrong, guys.
No, I hear what you're saying. I think there was a lot, because there's obviously more coverage with regards to center backs. I definitely see the strategy there. I also think it's also the severity of the injury. I think like it was niggles is what Pep referred to what Stones had, right? So he's like not the greatest, but didn't have full strength or motion or confidence in his body. So for what he put out there, you could tell that especially when he pulled himself off, he wasn't up at 100%. I do think that Stones can rest with this Leeds match, and if it's bringing him to play in, or if it's bringing him to be on the bench for Champions League, I wouldn't be surprised at it. But again, you're absolutely right. In terms of risk management and what's vital, we have to have Walker rest and available as soon as possible, so you don't risk him for the first leg of the Champions League, and you don't risk him for even this Leeds match.
Yeah, the reason why I zoomed into you is I was trying to see what's written on the side of your screen.
You know what? I gotta take that off because that's for my.
What's that? What's all that? So you've got the Man City versus. This looks great. How do you do that? You should teach me how to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So not to divert too much, but it's with a different program, and I just have the side panel that I can adjust on the fly. But I forgot to change my screen. My bad. Thank you.
No, it's good. Leave it there. No, leave it there. Look at that. He's gone. He's gone. I swear. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, Vetter and Carl, I'm pretty sure we've got a lot of stuff to do. This is going to be a short one.
Sorry, Patrick. I was looking for hotels in Paris for the Champions League final.
This guy is still burning us. You know what? This year, I don't forgive this man. This man, first of all, went to the VIP lounge in Man City. He burned us there. Now he's gonna go to Paris. And if we go there, he's going to burn us there again. I'm prepared. You know what? I'm prepared for him next year. Next year we're gonna play the same game. I'm also going the same path. I'll make sure I'm ready. And the burn will burn for now. Burn for burn. Patrick, so wait. Let me just ask this.
There's anything we can learn from Mino Raiola's resurrection, you have to live your life, man.
Wow. Wow.
No.
You have
we,
to, this,
I was
this quickly. This is what I talk about, guys, about these journalists. Some of them, right? Everything you see on Twitter, do not believe. Verify, verify, verify. Because a lot of these guys are just clickbait, quick touch merchants who want to get news out there, right? Imagine that today. A blue tick journalist comes out with that news. A man, and the guy's alive.
Yeah.
Can you imagine his family, though? His family, how they felt this morning.
Imagine that. So please, guys out there, when you see stuff come out about this rumor or this person's leaving or this person's going, don't believe it until you hear from the horse's mouth himself, either the club or the person, because it's all just news. Sorry, Patrick.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, we believe them because when you're like a blue tick journalist, we know that you are reliable, isn't it? But you know what? I made a mistake. I forgot that this is the same guy. I'm going to use this word. This is the same fraud who said Koulibaly is in Manchester. It's done. They're doing shoots. So this is the same fraud. So I felt stupid later on. I was like, I should have known. This is the same guy who said Koulibaly is doing photo shoots in Manchester. It's done. It's settled. It's done. And then we see, oh dear, the deer's coming out. Okay, cool. So guys, let me think. I think you guys still beat us with or without Walker. If I am City, I focus on getting him fit for the remaining league games and see. That's true. I would focus. That's a good point. Imagine you don't play him in the Madrid game, or maybe you play him second half, but you make sure that, look, if we make it, Walker has to be there for the final. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I would agree with you, Patrick and Vader. But I was thinking about it this morning, guys, right? And I really think there's no way we can lose, quote unquote, by that. Because let's say we drop a point to Leeds, okay? What's going to end up happening is that all of a sudden the boys going to be ready for Madrid, even more so than they were for the league. Are you following? Are you following me?
Yeah.
Let's say we win against Leeds and we lose against Madrid, and all of a sudden the next 4 games are going to be focused square on to win those games and go out all out. So either which way you look at it, I think that we're in a good spot. It's unlikely that we lose the league and lose the Champions League. It's unlikely. I come up with nothing. What the team has done over the past couple of years, it's unlikely. So one or the other.
Are you trying to say that if, for instance, let me just play devil's advocate here. So, for instance, Leeds United surprised us again, like they did last time. They beat us. Yeah. So you say, obviously, the boys in the back of their head will be like, shit, it's only the Champions League left now. So
it's all about mentality, right? The mentality. Okay, guys, this is the do or die. We're 1 goal up. We got to go there and beat them, or not lose. It's a whole change of mentality, and all of a sudden, you win that game. You're in the final. I can guarantee you the motivation they will have in that final, they will die for that field to get that game.
Yeah.
And let's say we lose against Madrid and we beat Leeds, right? And all of a sudden we're after the Champions League and they have 3 or 4 games left. The mentality is that, guys, we cannot allow these guys win this. We have to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. There's a comment here. They're all too hungry to be the first one with the news rather than Bitcoin. That's true. It's shameful trading. I bet that guy. Do you know what I bet? I'm going to close this. I bet that guy heard about the crucial condition, but did not hear the guy's dead. But he wanted to be the first one, that in case something happens, which is horrible. Think about the guy's family. Okay, so let's move on to the lineup, guys. Looking at all the injuries, and one more thing before we move on. These rumors of Gundogan's back, obviously Pep mentioned it, right? And then these rumors of him retiring. I'll be heartbroken. I love him. And I think this player has been affected by injuries a lot in his career, and he could have been something else. I think he could have been more than what he's been. Like, he's achieved much with us, but I think he could have been more. I think he sometimes restricts himself in games. If you've noticed, I think he let himself go last season to sort of carry the team, but I think he restricts himself because I think he has got few injuries where he says, maybe if I overdo this, you know what I mean? But I feel so if he actually retires, if the rumors are true, and after Pep said he's got a very bad back, I feel bad for him. I think Gundogan could have been something. He could have been something.
Yeah, I mean, he had. Well, I shouldn't talk about like that in the past, but he's been amazing even before coming over to us, right? Like, he's been an amazing player, and I hated seeing him suffer that knee injury when he did come to us, and that did set him back. But to see him play at the level that he did after that injury spoke highly of his mentality and how much he wanted to like get back to his levels. The unfortunate part is in terms of which side of the hill he's on with regards to his career, he is on the descending part, right? And and from a club standpoint and probably player decision standpoint, if we're being brutally honest, if we're looking at which players we would have leave and look to come into our squad, he'd probably be one of the players at the top of the list to move on.
With age and everything going on, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's put in an incredible service.
He's been a good servant,
yeah.
Anyway, cool. So, guys, looking at all this stuff we're talking about, and looking at who was rested, and looking at who was played, Jack hasn't sniffed the pitch for a while now. Who do you think is going to play in this Leeds game? So I'm going to share the lineup here, guys. In the comments, if you're watching, like the vid, subscribe to the channel True City Fan, subscribe to Pitchpoint, subscribe to Vader Games, and share the vid with your family. Watch it with your family. Watch us with your whole family. Share it with your granny, everybody. Unless
your granny's a Liverpool fan, then fine, that's a problem.
Okay, cool. So let's go over to the lineup now. So that's how we're going. So now, after all that, right? Obviously, do you want Stefan in goal to give Edison a rest after that intensive Champions League?
Vader, you want that?
I don't think Ederson needs a rest, to tell you the truth. The way things have been playing out, Stefan's been our cup keeper, right? So we're no longer in a cup. I think for sharpness, we need to remain and keep Ederson back there, even if it's just to keep the consistency on how back line plays with regards to ball distribution. Leeds may choose to even press us on occasion. That I think they would definitely make an emphasis to press us if it was Stefan back there. But I think we try to keep the back line as consistent as possible, because the guys as a whole who may be healthy for Champions League haven't played together. So
okay. So basically now, more. So what's your back line? Do you swap up? Maybe say, you know what, Laporte has played so many games. We should put Diaz and Ake.
Well, yes, actually, I think. Oh, hold on here, because now
keep in mind this is crunch time. This is crunch time. We don't have to be messing about. So it's up to you anyway. You never know.
Because the thing is, I can't think about Saturday without thinking about Wednesday. Okay, so
just read this. If Liverpool win the quad, they'll make Arnold as Klopp in the movie. It's talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It will.
Okay, cool. Okay, keep going, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I was saying, if we can't think about the match against Leeds without also thinking about the players that are going to play in Champions League. And let's think of it this way: our ideal, everyone healthy for Champions League would be Walker, Diaz, because we're not too sure about Stones. So let's say Walker, Diaz, Laporte, and Cancelo. If everyone's not healthy, if Walker still has a little nick, then we're thinking of Cancelo, Diaz, Laporte, and possibly Ake. Right? So for Leeds, I think we should go Cancelo on the right, Diaz, Ake to get the rep in, and we could actually have Zinchenko on the on the left, at left back.
One thing just from me.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know Carl pointed it out, but I didn't believe him, because sometimes when Carl shoots at first, I sometimes don't listen. I sit back and analyze and say, how do I push back at him? So he said Diaz is making mistakes, and he's not the same Diaz. And I've noticed he's not great. So Diaz was supposed to be the guy who sometimes carries the hand for the other defender, like Ake in this case. Doesn't need hand carrying because he was a captain at Bournemouth, and he's always been a captain every time. And so should we risk putting Diaz, who's not in the top of his game right now, with Ake? Is Ake going to be doing the carrying? Are we stable with that defense? That's what I can ask.
So
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Vader.
No, so I was the only thing is, and I hear the point with regards to Diaz, but I think it's reps, because I, looking back, and again I've been driving myself crazy, but I looked back and I watched that Champions League match, and when Fernandinho got spun, Diaz was high up the pitch. He wasn't at the back line with the rest of the defenders. He is high up the pitch. So I don't know if it was rust. I don't know if he got caught not knowing his
in no man's land. Yeah,
but he was far off, and I think a game speed ready Diaz doesn't do that. The form that he had, and why we were saying he is such a solid defender, why he's our key guy in defense, I don't think is gone. I think it's reps, because you can't match game speed, you can't match decisions that you have to make. So I want that rust to be knocked off. I think he needs to play.
So I don't disagree with you, Vader. I think you have a point, and I think your point is fair and it's a valid one. My only question is, if you remember the Tottenham game, the same thing happened in the first goal. Same thing happened in the first goal. The Tottenham game, and I noticed one thing, Patrick, and maybe I'm overthinking this like Pep sometimes does. When Diaz plays as left centre back, last year when Diaz was phenomenal, when he was balling, right? He played left centre back and Stones played right centre back.
Yeah.
Whenever Diaz has messed up this season, he's played right centre back with Laporte at left centre back. So whenever Stones comes in, he moves to the left. And
in Benfica, I think he was left.
Left. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe there's something about him being more comfortable on the left side with his right foot on that side with the covering left fullback. And when he's on the right side, remember the Tottenham game away. Is that at the beginning of the season or when he first came? When Diaz first came. Actually, now it's a trend. When Diaz first came, one of the games he first played was against Tottenham with Laporte. Remember that game that we lost 1-0 or 2-0? Guess what he was playing? Right centre back. When he lost again against Tottenham this season, guess what he was playing? Right centre back with Laporte. Again, yesterday when they switched him to right centre back, guess what happened? Mistake. So maybe there's something around his comfort with playing on the left versus on the right, and with Stones. I've always said that Stones for me is the best centre back that we have. There's no question, no doubt. Whenever Stones plays, we don't concede goals. Stones comes out, we look shaky. But for tomorrow, to your point, I think your question: do we rest?
Do you truly want? Okay, that means Zinchenko at left. But can I say something? Obviously, people are going to laugh in the comments. As I do actually like playing FIFA, so people are going to laugh. In FIFA, there's chemistry, or in Football Manager. Football Manager is more intense. I think, Carl, you'd like that game. It's on PC. Football Manager is more intense. You really have to be tactically good, and you have to coach, because you do get sacked in Football Manager. They'll fire you. It's real situations. If you don't get your tactics right, you get beaten. But in all these games, FIFA, Football Manager, there's chemistry. In New Life, there's chemistry. I just had this feeling. This is just me. I think when Pep had John Stones at the right with Walker, who's one of his friends, longtime friends, and he plays with him in England, who are both English. Obviously, people will be laughing that this guy is using FIFA tactics. But let me get there. Where Stones is English and Walker is English was at the right-hand side. Cancelo, Portuguese, all of them playing the national team together, was in the left. Communication, they are talking to each other, isn't it? In Portuguese comfortably, instead of when let's say the whole back line, Diaz is English, sometimes might not be great for certain things. His English is good, but do you get what I'm trying to say? That communication is easy. Then this friendship he also had with Stones.
Yes.
The back line was just full of friends.
Yes.
Teammate with Cancelo, both from Portugal, and Walker, close friends with John Stones, and then Diaz and them. It was just like there was chemistry. So they knew each other. And is it just me who saw that?
No, that's the thing.
Go ahead, Vader.
No, Carl, you got it.
It's not this. I like this because it tells me that you are actually studying a lot, and this is why I want these kind of forums, so we can actually talk about what's in the minds of the players, not just what we see. The ball goes here, the ball goes there. I was debating with one guy on Twitter the other day about why Mahrez was the fault of that goal that Fernandinho scored. He didn't understand what I was talking about. He just couldn't understand it. And it's about what's in the minds of the players. You know, Walker and Stones have a friendship that's over years. They played for England. They played different games. They got to 100 points together. They know each other well, through thick and thin. So there's a trust, there's an understanding that's there. They know each other's movements. They walk together, they eat together. Diaz and Cancelo speak Portuguese. There's that balance, there's that chemistry, there's that understanding. Stones and Diaz have a friendship, a chemistry, a love for each other that's that nobody can understand, which is what last year they carried us to the Champions League final. So you cannot discount that at all. You can't. You have to look at those things and say, okay, if you change the whole back four, when we played in the FA Cup, we had Ake, Stones, Cancelo, and who else was the left back? I can't remember who was the left back. Somebody was the left back. Somebody who played left back for the FA Cup.
Zinchenko, I think so.
Zinchenko, Ake, Stones, and Cancelo. Mm-hmm. No chemistry, no bonding, never played together before. And what did
how good is Cancelo's English too?
Yeah, but we didn't. You don't have that chemistry, that flow of, you know, I got your back. I know the moves you're going to make. I know what you're going to do.
Let's make an example why this theory I thought about it last time is because I remember Ben Mendy had his best games when Laporte was next to him. Remember? Ben Mendy.
You know why? Yeah. You know why, Patrick? You know why? Two reasons. One is French. Two, they played under 21 together in the French team.
Yeah, there's something absolutely bang on with what you're talking about, and yeah, maybe it gets oversimplified by talking about chemistry, but it's also a little bit of the challenge and why I give our players so much ratings and respect, because with the fact that they're interchanging and some of the movement, some of the position play is so fluid. Game to game, you could have Cancelo on the right or Cancelo on the left. You know, the fact that happens speaks to their skill set, speaks to their intelligence as players.
Yeah.
Because when you're playing and it's kind of like the same four, the same responsibility, the same expectations. Mm-hmm. For example, if it's the three of us playing in defense, and I know, Patrick, every time you have the tendency of forcing the player to come back inside. You don't show them, let's say you're the right back, you never show them the left foot. You always force them to come in. You read that type of thing from a player standpoint. And I think some of the things that kind of get us guessing is because it's Walker on the right sometimes, it's Cancelo on the right, and they may do things differently at times. But you're absolutely right. When you have that partnership between Stones and Walker, they see it on the international team. You know, they have that communication to be able to read it, and then vice versa. That the split second to not even have to guess, you know what your partner is going to do. It's huge. It's huge.
Wait. You swap Laporte with Militao. No. I don't rate Militao. Okay, so cool. Let's move on here because we're taking too long on this. So you 100% with Diaz and Ake, because I feel like this is just me. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. We will keep going around this.
If Ake's healthy,
Ake deserves it. Ake deserves it. I would put him there. I mean, what do you think, Vader? Let's put him there. I mean, he deserves to play.
Yes. You know what? Every time you say these words, or Carl, I'm just surprised because I see where you speak from a coaching situation, because at first you didn't rate this player, but giving him an opportunity shows that you're actually a coach.
Yeah. I mean, if a player's proved himself, give him the chance. Again, this is about the coaching, right? I coach kids, you know, U6, U14, U18. I got players now. I have a player right now, Patrick. That's balling. Last year she was not very good, but this year, my God, she's balling. Okay, play it right back. You gotta give them.
Okay.
And again, I think that this backline is again being aware of the Champions League later in the week.
Correct.
I think if we keep things in context on why we're making the decision for these four, it's with that in mind. I
think Laporte also needs rest. I think he does. He's played too much, hasn't he, this season?
He needs a break for the game on Wednesday, in my opinion.
Ali, it's good you took that back. Militao is suspect. Trust me. Don't.
Mbete on the bench. Mbete on the bench.
Okay, cool. I will. Yeah. So here is it Fernandinho? Let's not forget. Even though Leeds United is not with Bielsa, they're still a very high pressing team. They'll still press. They're still pressing.
It has to be Rodri.
Yeah, because Fernandinho will struggle in this against Phillips, unless he's gonna do what he did the last game. What do you think, guys? Play Fernandinho and Rodri.
The last game he played Fernandinho in the game. Remember, we lost at the Etihad. Forgot that.
No, I'm saying do you think he will continue doing Fernandinho and Rodri and continue resting Bernardo Silva?
He could play two. He could play two holding Fernandinho and Rodri. He could play 4-2-3-1. He could change it.
He could, but I see him resting. So wait, I see him resting KDB.
I don't know. It's weird. This is weird, eh?
That shift that KDB put in against Real.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But then,
yeah, it's about time we are careful, isn't it? It's about time we're here. But it's Leeds. That's the thing. I don't know. Okay, maybe it's about. You're right. You might be better. You might have something. It's about time we're careful with KDB. It's about time. This is not the time to lose him. Not the time.
Maybe Bernardo McAtee.
Gundogan is still training though. He's still training.
Maybe Bernardo and Foden.
Maybe Bernardo Foden. Maybe
Gundogan you think is not going to be good enough to play, or they're just making him to be playing game by game? Maybe.
No, you know what? I think you're right. I think Gundo plays. I think.
Gundo I just messed up. I just messed up the lineup. Oh shit!
Do it again.
God.
Oh, you refreshed the page? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. Oh.
I think Gundo plays this match. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think Bernardo Silva, I think Kevin De Bruyne rest. I know it's Leeds. When I say rest, they just don't start. They'll be available if Pep is seeing that these guys aren't up for it. They're not. You know what I mean? They're not executing what he's asking them to do. But I don't think that they start. These guys put in an incredible shift versus Real, and we're now going over into their house. We're gonna need KDB, and we're gonna need Silva to be demanding that midfield.
So it also goes back to what Carl said, that you because this is what happens, and here is the small line in this world, which is very high for these managers. That's why Pep keeps saying, you expect me to play these youths, why I'm expected to win. That's where the small line is, the small margin. Because now, what if he does that and we lose? Now that Madrid game becomes a must win, as Carl said. I don't know. I'm just trying to
let's just do Rodri, Gundogan, and Bernardo. I think that's a 3.
Yeah, look, it's Saturday, right? Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. We play on Wednesday at night.
Yeah.
I think Bernardo is the guy who you can play at first, then you bench him. He'll be, but De Bruyne is the one I'm scared of because he's been put in shifts.
Yeah. But remember, these guys used to play every 3 days last year. Don't forget that, all the way to the final. So they know how to play every 3 days. Now, at Vader's point, the shift. I mean, take out Kevin and put Gundo, Bernardo, Rodri.
Yeah, that's what I did. It's Gundo and Bernardo in midfield.
Yeah, and then the front three. Yeah. I think Jesus plays the 9. I think
this is going to be even worse than the last game. We are still terrible at the moment, Leeds fan. No, Shan, you're doing better. You look like you've got a better structure now. Hi Mills, how you doing? We're being linked with De Jong. Thoughts? We'll talk about that later. Carl is a big fan of De Jong.
Massive fan.
Big Morgan says every game is a must-win. True. I don't think we will play Kev against Leeds. Yeah, let's not play him. Let's let him come in off the bench. It's good to manage him right now. It will be very good to manage him at this moment in time. Okay, cool. So guys, since everybody's agreeing that we don't play De Bruyne, I think Gundogan, regardless with the issue at the back, I think he'll be just been playing few games. I think he'll be used there and there.
Yeah.
So what about the front? Now it comes, which is interesting. I'm pretty sure if Jack doesn't see this game again, oh my God. Oh my God! Because
No,
he hasn't sniffed the line.
Gucci Mane's playing. Gucci Mane's playing.
Yeah,
he's-
Gucci has
I
to
mean,
play.
he was actually good in the game that we played against them at the Etihad, the 7-0 one, right? Remember that one? He was really good.
He
He
was.
was really good. He was really, really good. In fact, he played the
Well-
first game.
Well, Adam, how you doing, man? I hope your mic is great.
Yeah, it's better now.
Jesus will
it's Adam
play.
in the building.
Jesus will play for 90 minutes tomorrow.
Oh, well, welcome, Adam. Were you in the background all this time?
Yeah, I was in the background.
Oh man, you should text us on WhatsApp.
Yeah, you don't want. Wait. He says you don't want to watch Leeds versus Paris game. Then, Sean, man, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the Paris game versus Leeds United. I want to see what you mean. But look, I don't know, Sean. I think this coach you have right now, he's understanding players' recovery, because the first thing he said is you guys were getting overworked. That's why most of the players were injured. So I sort of saw that, man, because. Look, okay, let's just take a minute here. You guys, the way you were running, I was surprised. I was like, what sort of water are they drinking? Do you remember the first season we played there? Even De Bruyne in the interview said, these guys never stopped running. They never stopped running. So, man, you can't sustain that for another season. I don't know if I'm wrong. Gundo, you told me you're a coach. Do you think players can sustain that running? Because the American coach, he came out and said the players were being overworked.
No, there's a reason why players burn out after a while under Bielsa, because of the it's just too much. The double sessions, the running, the man-to-man marking, the man-to-man pressing. After a while, you just when it breaks down completely. That's why you can see 7, 6, 7, because people can just match you, and then you just break down.
Yeah. So, Mr. Adams, since you came in, I'm going to ask you this. There's Ali says Raheem, Grealish, and Jesus. Will you still play Jesus again? Because he was benched in the Madrid game. Was he benched because he was injured, or he was just benched?
No, he was taken off after like 60 minutes again because of this game at hand.
Okay, cool. So, do you think we should continue playing Jesus because it seems like he's on fire and hungry?
Oh, you have to play players on fire, man. You made it later.
I was actually gonna say, rest him.
Really?
I was gonna say Grealish on the left, because Grealish has to play. I don't like him in the center. I think we get better quality, better production from him on the left. And Sterling on the right, and one of the young boys in the middle.
Which young boys are we on about? Because for me, I'm thinking Foden has to rest for the Madrid game. Wrap him in Cotonou.
I think we go a bit younger.
The lap? No, I don't see it though. But
you don't see it?
I would do that if it was me. Carl knows I would definitely.
Patrick, I mean, it's risky. What if you lose? What if they don't win the game? Then and you had Jesus on the bench. Are you overthinking?
I think
we can always bring him on. We can always bring him on. That's where.
But then you lost time, right? Remember, Jesus came off about 60, 70 minutes. Rested him. He wasn't injured. He came off because of the game on Saturday.
Yep.
Right. And he may come off if we're up by a couple of goals, all things being equal. He may also come off again for maybe somebody else to come in.
I was just about to say that.
Okay. Big Morgan says play Palmer.
I'm not mad at that either. Because again, if we think of like, this is going to sound so disrespectful, but if we think of the position that we could probably afford to not need so much command, it's at striker. It's at the top of the pitch, right? So
he has something. Okay, let's say for instance,
this is good, Big Morgan. You just, this is good. You just tickled our brain. This is good. Let's talk about this. I like it. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
So Veta, regardless it's Palmer, Markety, or whatever, I feel with the hunger they have, they'll press, right? And if you've got somebody like the only issue I have is just I'm going to just challenge you on this.
Yeah.
If it was a Grealish part of the press, I would gladly put a kid down the middle, because if it was Jesus and Raheem and Jesus, they press very well, right? So even if we put what's his name, Delap, if there's mistakes in the wings of pressing, they'll give it to Delap and he will score. But it's because of the pressing. But Grealish's pressing is always half-ass.
Yeah.
Him and Mahrez, that pressing is half-ass.
Yes,
yeah,
I
they're
agree.
possible.
I
They're not
agree.
very good. It's
And
just
and
hard.
If you do that, I think Jesus has to be there to hold the hand of whatever because of the energy, and Raheem Preston is excellent. So I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. Palmer was played. Remember, Palmer was played as a first nine in one
It
of the
was,
big
Yeah.
games.
and he was very good. He was
and he
very good.
looked good. He looked very good.
He looked really good. I like that idea.
I wouldn't be surprised if Palmer comes in. Pep likes Palmer.
How about James McAtee?
Yeah, that's a guy I want
You know
opportunity
the
for.
funny thing about this, guys, Adam. You know the funny thing about this is, I think there are two things I'm thinking about as my coaching hat on. Number one, I'm going to watch what happens with Newcastle and Liverpool,
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just. I'll be watching that game.
because that game may determine who starts, who doesn't start the game later on in the evening for us. Number two, if I have to make the brutal, calculated risk about which is more important to me as a manager based on what I want to achieve. Yes, we hear that Pep says the Premier League and this and that, every game is important, but the calculated risk, and he's done this before in the past. Remember 2017-18 when we were playing United at home to win the league. We just lost to Liverpool away. And the next game was Liverpool at home. Who did the rest? KDB, Aguero, some other top players. Remember that game? And we lost 3-2 to United?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't remember the resting
But
that much.
he made that calculated risk by resting some players. So clearly, right, if push comes to shove, I think he's going to rest some big players and play some of the fringe players, is the bad word, and then some kids.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And nobody be able to fault him for that. No one will. Because everybody knows that, look, the most important game for us right now is getting to that final of Champions League and taking our shot. And hoping that Tottenham down the line can do something for us, if that's the case.
I think if Pep's going to take a chance, I think he only does it in one position. I don't see him putting on players that haven't been in consistent rotation for us. So to what Patrick was saying, I don't like Grealish or Mahrez with regards to what they press defensively. I don't like it. Even when they go in for tackles, it's kind of like half-hearted. They don't want to hurt themselves, right?
Yeah.
So I think Pep has kind of hid that weakness from Grealish and put him central at times. But then productivity offensively when he's central isn't there, right? Oh man, because it's Leeds, and I don't think they're in the greatest of form. I think the quality that we have on the pitch right now, if we were to have Sterling on the right, Grealish on the left, and Delap or Palmer in the middle, wouldn't be too crazy. Or like you guys mentioned, we have the hot hand. We play Jesus down the middle. And we kind of have the best of both worlds in a sense.
I mean, Patrick, I think we just go with the front three of Grealish, Jesus, and Sterling, and we rotate after that.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna see better is I think we're gonna see Jesus down the middle a lot. I think Pep is sort of looking at him saying, "Okay, you're hungry for goals, right?
Yeah,
go on." I think he wants to test him because I saw articles saying now City are talking to Jesus, trying to say, "Whoa, buddy, maybe consider
Patrick,
staying."
I told you this was going to happen. I'm telling you right now, okay? I believe, this is just me, this is not Peter, Patrick, or Vader, that the person who's going to end up leaving the club is our good friend Raz.
I also think it will be Riyad Mahrez as well.
Possibly.
Yeah, there's a lot of heat because his contract is in next year, 2023. And okay, this is just me. I know Riyad Mahrez fans are gonna hate me. I'm also a Riyad Mahrez fan, but I think looking at him that he's turning 32, right? And his contract is ending. If I was a manager and I want to freshen up, guys, this is just my opinion. Mahrez wouldn't be far off. I'm not just trying to say because of what happened in the Madrid game. I'm talking about the age and contract for him, for us to give us another contract, especially for his age. He's looking for his last contract. Do you get what I mean? I'd rather he's 31, turning 32.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah, so I like he's 2023. The next contract is looking for is big for him. I would go and find somebody younger and somebody willing to press. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know what you think, Vader. Somebody younger and somebody willing to press.
I mean, I think I've kind of told you guys about this. I get really squeamish when we're in the season talking about
Yes, you do. You
players
said
having
it.
to go.
You said it. You said it.
But yeah, when you guys do talk about the age, when you do talk about even where they are within the contract, like how many years remaining, there are going to be questions, big questions with regards to Mahrez as well as Sterling. So the thing that I love about Manchester City and what and I talked about this on a previous video is I like the interchangeable play that the players can provide. I love the fact that you can look at a Cancelo and put him on either side of the field. I love that you can have the versatility with the Stones. You can have the versatility even with the Walker. Walker can even be a little more central if needed. And then when we look at our midfielders, Bernardo Silva even playing as a forward sometimes, although it wasn't the best result, but having the versatility, and even Sterling, like we know many forwards that are for other teams, for rivals, that are locked in on one side of the field. We have Sterling playing left or right. We've got Grealish who can play center, probably maybe even come down to the midfield. This is year one. We'll see what Pep does with him year two. Foden, versatility. And then, unfortunately, with regards to Mahrez, he is the only player that has the luxury, or in our case, has the limitation of only being effective on that right-hand side. So when we look to how we can maybe adjust the squad, I think based off of that limitation for him, he may be one of the first to go.
And age is not on his side. If you look at everybody, yes, Raheem, obviously it's up to him. He's dragged the contract over and over. Maybe that's what has happened. It's ended up in his hand. But if you look about like going forward with the squad, age is not on Mahrez's side, and players at the Mahrez side, Mahrez will still ball. Don't get me wrong. Wherever he goes, he still ball, even if he stays with us. But the thing is, this is his last contract. In your last contract, people look for a longer contract for a while. They want to stay at that club for a while and don't want to be guaranteed money. This is the reason why Wijnaldum and Liverpool never said yes to each other. William and Chelsea. Remember William? He went to Arsenal instead. This is the age where it's either the club loves you, like De Bruyne is 31 now or turning 31. The club decided to say 5 years because it's you. 5 years. It's either the club comes at you and say, Mahrez, you're staying. But trust me, where we're going and looking at that front, looking at people like Palmer, knocking at the door, Markety, Delap, even though he might leave, Alvarez, who can play left, right, number 10. He can also play as a striker. And Mahrez can only play the right-hand side. Drift.
I watched that guy again this weekend in the Copa. So it's like the South American Champions League, Copa Libertadores, and Alvarez. Man, the assist he gave for the goal that they scored, man, in the last 5 or 10 minutes, man. I mean, the movement, the passing, no look pass to one guy to go score. That kid, man, I'm telling you, man, he's a baller, man. He's a baller.
What about Adam? What do you think of this Mahrez? Do you think we're just being haters?
We're not being haters. We've got reservations on Riyad Mahrez. He's frustrating to watch at times. Sometimes, especially that Champions League game yesterday.
Oh goodness me!
But he's our top goal scorer this season.
And that's the thing. He could have gotten like 30 goals, right? But listen, he's a great player. For all our Algerian friends, he's a fantastic player. We love him, but he's 31, 32. I mean, seriously, he may have to either he gets a final contract and winds it down, or we have to replace him with somebody else. But we'll see what happens. But for this game, I mean, Sterling has to play, Grealish has to play, and for me, Jesus has to go to the middle. If Jesus doesn't play, it's got to be Palmer or Delap.
Okay, cool. So, guys, before I let everybody go in the comments, thank you for being with us. Before I let the panel go, I just want one comment from you guys in the panel and you guys in the comments. Thank you as always, man. Let me just speak to you guys. It's been a journey for, is it a year now? Sorry, I haven't been counting. I'm not good at doing that. But the True City Fan channel, I'm going to talk about channel to channel, has now reached, I think, is it 787? And I just remember like months ago, it was on 79. And I was like,
Wow.
what the hell am I going to do? I was like, does this grow this slow? Someone take your time. So 787 is because of you guys, and it's also because of the people in the
Wow.
panel. I know you love that. You love them. Then we talk about pitch points. We've also taken pitch points from about 50. Now it's in the hundreds. It's hit 3 numbers. So you guys are supporting us a lot. Veta, he also made an announcement. It's moved on from, I don't remember, Veta. What did you say again?
I think I started at like 17, 18.
And that was just months ago, a few months ago.
Yeah, so I'm incredibly thankful and appreciative for even you guys bringing me on the panel, as well as the support and even the connection that's happened through talking with you guys and obviously some of the content that I'm posting. So yeah, it's the growth that is very appreciated.
Yeah, it's good growth for everybody. So I'm just saying, I'm trying to thank all of you guys. That without all of you guys, all this growth wouldn't happen. Go and check out my man Vida's channel. Get him to the 3 numbers, and then he gets into the 3 number club.
Yep.
So we all grow together. We just doing this to talk football. As I said, I decided to do this. Actually, Adam was one of my first subscribers. Always there the whole time, 24/7. So thank you, Adam. You've stuck with me from the beginning.
No worries,
Even though
man.
even though you've got a brick mic. But anyway, let's let's move on. I want to ask this to the panel. I'll start with you, Adam. Uh, uh, what do you think of this? This is the rumor that this is the next kit next season. What do you think of it? Can you see it?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, what do you guys think? I'll start with Adam. What do you think? For me, to be honest with you, I like it. I like it. It's better than what we had this season. I was not gonna buy what we had this season. I was not gonna buy what we had last season. No, I actually bought. Somebody bought me what we had last season, and I don't like it. I don't wear it. It just stays in the room. Unfortunately, I don't. But this, I'm with it. So Adam, what do you think? The badge is on the chest. If we win the Club World Cup, I don't know how we're gonna put it because the Club World Cup goes on your chest. So
Oh, that's
what do you
true.
think of this jersey, Adam?
At first, when I saw it, I didn't like it, but now it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, isn't it? It's a bit colorful.
Yeah.
With the classic city colors.
Yeah, you can see the colors that some of the previous City kids, in there.
Okay, cool. What about yourself, Veda? What do you think of this before we go to Gundo?
Uh, if the blue, because right now that blue doesn't look like the consistent blue that we see behind me. But if that's the case, then I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Where I get a little, I guess, old school or kind of set in my ways is I see the Puma badge or the Puma logo, and if it's already on the arm, like for me, it's like, does it need to be on the chest as well? So,
Amen. Like why? Yeah. And why do they keep moving that badge? Puma, you put it at the back. People laughed at us. Now you're putting it on the chest. Just put it where it's supposed to be. There, where it is supposed to be.
I don't even mind if they had, the badge, Manchester City badge on the heart, and then even if they want to put the logo across from it and maybe adjust it in size, that's probably, again, my old schoolness, but it's growing on me. It's growing on me.
So there's a comment here. It says, quality, not quantity. Thanks, boys. Yeah, it's all about quality, not quantity. That's the reason if you go to our pages, you don't find like this. I haven't even reached 100 videos. I'm just 100 videos. Veta hasn't reached same. He's doing quality videos. Go to Veta's channel. He's doing quality videos. Pitchpoint, same as me. We always connected. We make sure that we just come on if we have to say something useful. We don't just come on to just say, oh, today I just wanted to talk about the boots or something. No offense to anybody who does that, but anyway, even though I like football boots, when I used to play football, I had an obsession in my room. There used to be a whole corner of football boots. I had the R7, the CR9 ones. You remember the CR9 where they just came out? Yeah. So anyway,
and I want to chime in too. So what I've been playing around with is I'm over here in Toronto. It's a 5-hour time zone, right? So often when I get settled down, kids to bed, chill with wifey, and then I get a chance to do a recording, it's late. It's later in the evening. So I'll put on the camera and I'll just talk to the camera for about 45 minutes to an hour. But because of the lateness, the interaction with many of you quite isn't there. So that's why I chop up my videos and I'll post them a few days later, just in segments. So I hopefully those that are new, those that have been there from the beginning, you like how I'm doing it. Interact with every video. If you have any comments, again, positive or negative, share them, because I take it in and I adjust, I correct, I evolve. So yeah, help with the progression.
Yeah, as I say, like it's like for me, I appreciate, like, look at this. Who knew, from somebody who was interacting in the comments with Adam, and now we do videos together. Now we're actually friends. We've been talking to. So as I say, thank you to Adam. I thank everybody who's been here with us. So Carl, what do you think of this new kit? Are you gonna buy it?
I don't care, man. I just want to win. I can play naked. I don't care.
I gotta make sure I don't drink. I gotta make sure I don't drink.
Obviously, in America, this is what they're gonna wear. I can see you wearing this. I can picture you wearing this.
Listen, I'll buy it, man. I buy all the city kits, man. I want to contribute. Look, everything I buy, every kit I buy, every time I travel to go watch a game, I'm funding the salaries of De Bruyne and Haaland and all those guys. So I'll contribute, man. Seriously. Every time I buy a gallon of gas in the gas station, I'm funding the oil money that feeds our club. So y'all keep laughing, rival fans, about this stuff. I don't care, man. I got my club, and we're on top of the league. Form 3 and 5. Don't care. So it can be purple, it can be blue, it can be orange, it can be black. Don't care. Just win.
So Harry says, I don't like the V-necks. They remind me of the 80s, 90s. And then
that's why.
Says West Ham are getting beat 10-0. Okay, guys, let's 1-0. Sorry, I thought 10-0. I was like, okay. I didn't see right. Okay, so what's the prediction fast before we move on and go watch West Ham?
Goodness me, they're here. Guys, world class, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're watching the match right now?
Yeah, United don't deserve this guy, man. I'm sorry.
There's a match going on. So what's the prediction for the game so we can move on?
Okay, I'm going to go 3-1 City.
Okay, Vator?
3-0.
Okay,
3-0.
Clean sheet.
We need a clean sheet. Ederson deserves a clean sheet.
I know. Your money's on 20. Alisson is on 20. I wasn't happy. He's on 20.
Let's do 3 now. Vice 3 now.
And what about you, Adam?
I was also gonna say 3-0 as well.
Okay, cool. Then let's stick to 3-0. So guys, that's 3-0. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Support us as we go. 3-0 from Harry Mills. So guys, thank you, man. Have a great night. And Adam, are you done with Ramadan?
No, not yet. Probably Sunday or Monday. But before we go, I had Patrick will probably know on my Twitter. I triggered so many rival fans. Literally, like my timeline was boom, 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 boom. I thought my phone was gonna.
He posted that attendance capacity thing.
I don't know. Let's once we finish the show, let's stay on here for a while. If anybody can say like 5 minutes, let's talk about what you did. I want to hear what you did.
Seriously,
follow Adam on Twitter, guys.
But you know what the funny part was?